What does it take for a religion to travel across oceans, deserts, and centuries to find a home in a distant land? How does a faith, born in the deserts of Arabia, become the heartbeat of a nation on the eastern edge of Africa? This is the story of Islam in Somalia, a tale of trade, faith, and resilience that spans over 1,400 years. It's a story of how a religion not only took root but flourished, shaping the identity of a people and a nation. So, let's embark on this journey together, tracing the footsteps of traders, scholars, and saints who brought Islam to Somalia and made it a cornerstone of Somali life. Picture this. The year is 700 AD. The Islamic world is in the midst of a profound transformation. The message of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, has spread like wildfire across the Arabian Peninsula, and now it's reaching far beyond its borders. Trade routes, the lifeblood of the ancient world, are buzzing with activity. Ships laden with spices, silk, and gold sail across the Indian Ocean, connecting the Middle East to the Horn of Africa. Among these traders are not just merchants but also carriers of a new faith, Islam. Somalia, with its strategic location along these trade routes, becomes a meeting point of cultures, ideas, and religions. But this isn't just a story of commerce. It's a story of how Islam, carried on the winds of trade, found a home in the hearts of the Somali people. It's a story of how a religion became a way of life, shaping the culture, society, and identity of a nation. The first seeds of Islam in Somalia were sown by Arab traders who sailed across the Indian Ocean, docking at bustling ports like Mogadishu, Berbera, and Kismayo. These traders didn't just bring goods, they brought something far more valuable, a message of peace, unity, and submission to one God. Imagine the scene, the sun rising over the port of Mogadishu, the air filled with the sounds of haggling merchants, the smell of spices, and the sight of ships bobbing in the harbor. Amidst this vibrant chaos, Arab traders would gather with local Somalis, not just to trade goods but to share stories. Stories of a prophet who received revelations from God, of a faith that emphasized justice, equality, and compassion. At first, the acceptance of Islam was slow. The Somali people, deeply rooted in their traditions and beliefs, were cautious, but the traders were patient. They didn't come with force or coercion. They came with kindness, respect, and a genuine desire to share their faith. They spoke of the 5 pillars of Islam, the declaration of faith, prayer, fasting, charity, and pilgrimage, and how these practices could bring meaning and purpose to life. One by one, the seeds of Islam began to take root. The Somali people, known for their strong oral traditions, embraced the stories and teachings passed down by the traders. They saw in Islam a reflection of their own values, hospitality, community, and a deep sense of justice. And so, Islam began to spread, not through conquest, but through conversation. As Islam took hold in Somalia, it was further enriched by the arrival of Sufi saints and scholars. Sufism, with its emphasis on inner spirituality and personal connection to God, resonated deeply with the Somali people. These Sufi teachers didn't just preach, they lived their faith, embodying the values of humility, compassion, and love. One such figure was Sheikh Ishaq, a revered Sufi saint who traveled to Somalia in the 12th century. He settled among the Somali clans, teaching them the Quran, the Hadith, and the principles of Sufism. His teachings emphasized the importance of dhikr, remembrance of God, meditation, and living a life of simplicity and service. Sheikh Ishaq's influence was profound. He didn't just convert people to Islam, he transformed their lives. He taught them to see God in everything, in the beauty of nature, in the kindness of a stranger, in the struggles of daily life. Through his teachings, the Somali people began to see Islam not just as a set of rituals, but as a way of life. The Sufi orders that emerged in Somalia became centers of learning and spirituality. They built mosques and madrasas, where students could study the Quran, Islamic law, and Sufi philosophy. These institutions became the heart of Somali society, fostering a deep sense of community and shared purpose. By the 13th century, Islam had become deeply entrenched in Somali society. It wasn't just a religion, it was a unifying force that brought together the diverse clans and tribes of Somalia. This unity gave rise to powerful Islamic kingdoms, such as the Sultanate of Ifat and the Adal Sultanate, which played a crucial role in spreading and defending Islam. The Sultanate of Ifat, located in present-day northern Somalia, was one of the first Islamic states in the region. Its rulers, known for their piety and wisdom, established a system of governance based on Sharia law. They built mosques, funded Islamic schools, and encouraged trade with other Muslim nations. Under their rule, Somalia became a hub of Islamic learning and culture. The Adal Sultanate, which emerged in the 15th century, took this legacy even further. Its most famous ruler, Sultan Ahmed Gure, led a fierce resistance against the Ethiopian Empire, which sought to impose Christianity on the region. The Sultanate's struggle became a symbol of Somali resilience and devotion to Islam. These Islamic kingdoms weren't just political entities, they were centers of faith and learning. They built grand mosques, established libraries, and attracted scholars from across the Muslim world. Through their efforts, Islam became not just a religion, but a way of life that shaped every aspect of Somali society. Today, Somalia is a nation where Islam is deeply woven into the fabric of daily life. Over 99% of Somalis are Muslim, and the call to prayer echoes through the streets 5 times a day, but the journey hasn't been without challenges. In recent decades, Somalia has faced civil war, political instability, and the rise of extremist groups like Al-Shabaab. These groups, which claim to represent Islam, have brought violence and suffering to the country, but they do not represent the true spirit of Islam, a religion of peace, compassion, and justice. Despite these challenges, the Somali people have remained steadfast in their faith. They continue to draw strength from their Islamic heritage, finding hope and resilience in the teachings of the Quran and the example of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Mosques and madrasas remain centers of community life, where people gather not just to pray but to learn, support one another, and rebuild their nation. The story of Islam in Somalia is more than just a historical account. It's a testament to the enduring power of faith. It raises important questions about the role of religion in society, the challenges of modernity, and the resilience of the human spirit. How can a faith that began in the deserts of Arabia find a home in the hearts of people thousands of miles away? And how can it continue to inspire and guide them through the trials of the modern world? Some might argue that the rise of extremist groups in Somalia is a sign of Islam's failure, but this couldn't be further from the truth. Extremism is a distortion of Islam, not a reflection of it. The true spirit of Islam, as seen in the lives of the Sufi saints, the wise rulers of the Islamic kingdoms, and the everyday Somalis who live their faith with humility and grace, is one of peace, justice, and compassion. The spread of Islam in Somalia was not solely driven by traders and merchants. Sufi saints and scholars played a crucial role in deepening the spiritual connection of the Somali people to their newfound faith. These individuals, known for their piety, wisdom, and spiritual insights, traveled across the Somali peninsula, spreading the teachings of Islam and establishing centers of religious learning. They emphasized the inner dimensions of Islam, focusing on the purification of the heart, the love of God, and the service of humanity. Their teachings, often expressed through poetry, music, and storytelling, resonated deeply with the Somali people, who had a rich tradition of oral literature and a deep respect for spiritual wisdom. The tombs of these Sufi saints became sites of pilgrimage and veneration, attracting people from all corners of the Somali peninsula. These shrines served as important centers of religious and cultural life, fostering a sense of unity and shared identity among Somali Muslims. The legacy of these Sufi saints continues to shape the religious landscape of Somalia. Their teachings, emphasizing peace, tolerance, and the pursuit of spiritual enlightenment, remain deeply ingrained in the Somali understanding of Islam. The adoption of Islam as a faith and a way of life had a profound impact on the political landscape of the Somali peninsula. It led to the rise of powerful Islamic kingdoms that played a significant role in shaping the history of the region. Among the most prominent of these were the Sultanate of Ifat and the Adal Sultanate. The Sultanate of Ifat, established in the 13th century in eastern Ethiopia and present-day Somalia, was a powerful Muslim kingdom that controlled a vast territory and played a crucial role in the regional trade networks. The Sultanate's patronage of Islamic scholars and institutions of learning turned its capital, Zayla, into a renowned center of Islamic scholarship. The Adal Sultanate, which emerged in the 15th century, succeeded the Sultanate of Ifat and continued its legacy of Islamic rule. The Adal Sultanate, known for its military prowess and its fierce resistance against Abyssinian incursions, became a symbol of Somali resistance and a beacon of Islamic power in the Horn of Africa. These Islamic kingdoms, despite facing numerous challenges and external pressures, played a crucial role in safeguarding the interests of the Somali people, promoting Islamic learning, and shaping the cultural and political landscape of the Horn of Africa for centuries. The Somali spirit, tested but unbroken. The journey of Islam in Somalia has not been without its challenges. The Somali people, throughout their history, have faced numerous trials and tribulations, from colonial incursions and internal conflicts to natural disasters and periods of political instability. Yet, through it all, their faith has remained a source of strength, resilience, and hope. The Somali spirit, characterized by its deep faith, its strong communal bonds, and its unwavering resilience, has enabled the Somali people to navigate these challenges and emerge stronger from adversity. Their faith has served as a beacon of hope during times of darkness, a source of solace in the face of hardship, and a guiding force in their pursuit of a better future. The mosques, which have always been central to Somali life, have served not just as places of worship, but also as sanctuaries during times of conflict, centers of community support during times of need, and platforms for peace-building and reconciliation, navigating modernity challenges and triumphs. In the modern era, Somali Islam has faced new and complex challenges. The rise of globalization, the spread of secular ideologies, and the impact of Western cultural influences have all presented unique challenges to the traditional values and practices of Somali society. The Somali people have responded to these challenges with a combination of adaptation and resilience. While remaining firmly rooted in their Islamic faith, they've also sought to engage with the modern world, embracing education, technology, and new ideas. This process of navigating modernity has not been without its tensions. However, the Somali people have demonstrated a remarkable ability to adapt to changing circumstances while preserving the essence of their faith and their cultural identity. Extremism, a distortion of faith. Like many Muslim communities around the world, Somalis have also had to confront the rise of extremism. Groups espousing a distorted and violent interpretation of Islam have emerged, seeking to exploit grievances and sow discord within Somali society. It is crucial to recognize that these extremist ideologies are a betrayal of the true spirit of Islam, which emphasizes peace, justice, and compassion. The vast majority of Somalis reject extremism in all its forms and remain committed to the peaceful and tolerant principles of their faith. Somali religious scholars, community leaders, and ordinary citizens have been actively involved in countering extremist narratives, promoting interfaith dialogue, and working towards a more peaceful and inclusive society. The enduring spirit of Somali Islam. Despite the challenges they have faced, the Somali people have never wavered in their commitment to their faith. Islam continues to be a central pillar of Somali identity, shaping their values, their worldview, and their way of life. The mosques, filled with the sound of prayer, remain vibrant centers of community life. The spirit of generosity and mutual support, deeply ingrained in Somali culture, continues to find expression in acts of charity, volunteerism, and community service. The resilience of Somali Islam is a testament to the enduring power of faith to provide hope, solace, and guidance in the face of adversity. It is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit sustained by faith and community can overcome seemingly insurmountable challenges. A tapestry of faith and resilience. The story of Islam in Somalia is a testament to the enduring power of faith, the resilience of the human spirit, and the ability of a people to navigate complex challenges while remaining true to their values and their identity. It is a story woven from threads of ancient trade routes, the wisdom of Sufi saints, the legacy of powerful Islamic kingdoms, and the unwavering faith of a people who have faced numerous trials with courage and determination. As Somalia continues its journey of rebuilding and renewal, its Islamic heritage will undoubtedly continue to play a pivotal role. The journey of Islam in Somalia is a story of faith, resilience, and transformation. It's a story of how a religion, carried on the winds of trade and the hearts of believers, found a home in a distant land and became a cornerstone of its identity. It's a story that reminds us of the power of faith to unite, inspire, and transform. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time,